playoff for third and fourth place, OFC Futsal Championship Invitational 2013. It's Tahiti and New Zealand. We're at the Trust Arena on match day 5 of this tournament. It's been an exciting week of ups and downs, contrasting fortunes for these two teams beaten in the semi-finals, the consolation of a playoff final and perhaps bragging rights in Oceania.
And now, the national anthem of New Zealand.
Up Futsal Whites, fresh from last night's disappointment of losing to the Futsal Roos in the semi-final. It was a brave show. They put up a good fight, but ultimately it came up short, and today they've got an opportunity to put that right. Tahiti excuse me, have more or less a full complement to choose from. Teva Duro is included. We perhaps suspected he might not pass fitness to face one more game. He has, and we just speculate whether or not Tahiti are going to open up a little bit and play with some freedom. For New Zealand, more or less the same. You saw there that they were looking fairly motivated for this third place playoff. As we said already, Malaysia and Australia have made it an all AFC final, and essentially this lines up as an all OFC final. The two sets of 5: Burns, Eakins, Manikim, Elian and Malivuk, Tino, Bea, Kaiha, Tave and Duro for Tahiti. Your match officials: Ryan Shepherd, Darius Turner of Australia, Amitesh Bihari of Fiji, and the timekeeper is Stefan Upa of New Caledonia. And as we have done in the previous 16 matches of this tournament, Paul Tui and myself, Gordon Glenn Watson, will be describing the action for you on OFC TV through our YouTube channel and Summit Sports, free sports for Kiwis, and a warm welcome to all our viewers in the Solomon Islands taking this broadcast through TTV. Paul, good evening. you've had a good chance to take a look at all these teams. It's boiled down to Tahiti and New Zealand in terms of Oceania bragging rights. Will the team's attitude be correct, both sides, and what do you expect to unfold?
Good evening, Gordon. Good evening, everyone. It's you've described it well. It's a final. It's the OFC final because we've got an Asian final later. So I think the attitudes are correct. Talk to the two coaches, have a look at the teams as they've come in, and it's a big one for both of them. I think everyone expected Solomon Islands to maintain their dominance in the region during this tournament, but it hasn't turned out that way. Tahiti have won the last 4 encounters between these two sides, so some people will say they start as favourites, but New Zealand very fired up. They've got a new lease of life after a long losing streak has been stopped during the week. Big question we're all wondering is, how deep will Tahiti sit? Wonder if there'll be something different tonight from Tahiti, because it's been effective, but I don't know if they'll be able to sit that deep and keep New Zealand out. But yep, it's all about to unfold, and very exciting prospect, Gordon.
Teva Duro, we mentioned him. He's carrying an ankle injury, yet here he is in your picture there. He's playing, and that illustrates just what this means to Heitapu Hunter and his team.
That's right, Teva Duro, bit of a legend of Tahitian futsal. Must have had some kind of a painkiller, because he's been hobbling around, and yesterday he could barely walk by the end of the game. So great to see Teva back between the sticks for Tahiti tonight.
And we're underway at Trust Arena. Match day 5 of the OFC Futsal Championships Invitational, the playoff for third place. And plenty on the line for both these sides.
Half court to start, Gordon. Looking at that defensive line of Tahiti, just sitting line 2.
Well, you can hear the noise coming from the New Zealand bench. There's a lot of feeling down there, and they do seem to be a side that periodically rise for the occasion. They don't play with the same intensity. I don't think that's possible, but when they've been presented with a significant challenge, like the match with the Solomon Islands, they do like to G one another up.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they've had a difficult time playing Australia 6 times on the trot, and when they went to Tahiti earlier in the year, it was very difficult for them on the concrete court. But they targeted that Solomon's game, and we know Solomon's, they hadn't had a game for a long time since the World Cup of last year, so it was a good time to strike them. But I dare say if they played Solomon Islands again now, my feeling it would be a little bit different. But yes, they can rise to the occasion, and just looking at Scott Gilligan and Heitapu Hunter, it's very much master and pupil, and Heitapu learnt his trade under Scott, and that 3-0 win in Tahiti was very much, would have been pretty hard for Scott to take, I'd say.
Yes, master and apprentice trading places after that series. Oh, good save. Elias Bele low to his left. Antoine Tave's shot asked the question. Under pressure as well from 2 players. Malivok's header looked misdirected. It's fallen to the feet of Marvin Eakins fortuitously.
So definitely not as deep so far, Tahiti. Just sitting at that half-court area.
Malivok back to Eakins. Manikim. Burns.
Big question, Gordon, over whether New Zealand have the power to unlock a defence. Do they have the kind of players that can win a 1v1? This guy, Manikim.
Oh, he's turned Tave, and it's hit straight at Duro.
Yeah, he did well against Solomon Islands, and a good early sign there for New Zealand. He had a lot more room against Solomon Islands than Tahiti are likely to give him, but an encouraging start for the New Zealand number 3. Currently the leading scorer in the tournament with 8 goals.
We're witnessing a New Zealand side that has made history, but they've also started to blood some youngsters in the New Zealand Invitational team. 4 of them: Charles Compin, Jan Fisher, Stephen Ashby Peckham, to name just 3. And there is a sense that they could soon step up into the Futsal Whites ranks.
Yeah, I spoke with Scott Gilligan earlier today about some of those young players, and I think he very much wanted to get some credibility for this side, and he went to the experienced players, guys like Sincora and Miro Major, who are perhaps nearing the end of their careers and have made contributions this week, but certainly in the future.
Good save. Malivuk reacted. Pukoki blocked. New Zealand starting to turn the screws here on Tahiti.
Yeah, certainly in the future, guys like Ashby Peckham and Fisher will come into the mix, both of whom have already played for New Zealand. John Peñas was another one you mentioned earlier when we were talking, Gordon. He didn't get a lot of court time, but he was impressive, wasn't he?
Yes, he is very much in the mould of Khairul Modbarin in terms of his physique and his technique on the ball. I'm sure has got plenty of opportunity to germinate and grow.
Another good turn from Dylan Manikin, but in a very wide area, but wins the free kick anyway. And set pieces tonight will be very important. It's going to be tight, and New Zealand are organised at their set pieces. It could be one of their best chances of scoring.
Burns. Oh, he scores! Too easy. Tahiti just off the pace. Could be a hangover from their labours against Malaysia. But it was a well-worked set piece, and we have to pay homage to the chief architect, the coach Scott Gilligan, and Marvin Eakins and Daniel Burns, who executed it.
Could be good for the game too in terms of a spectacle, Gordon. Tahiti much less likely to sit deep and let New Zealand play with it. They may start to press a little higher. At the moment, happy to sit half court, but it's more advanced than yesterday.
Oh, Manikin, that's Dylan Manikin at his very, very best when he's in that sort of mood. Duro's definitely a lot more mobile than he was yesterday, so perhaps he has taken a painkiller to take the court tonight. Malivuk. Tahiti on the counter. Koki shaped to shoot and then played Carvera. Here is Gabby Carvera.
Good start for New Zealand, not just the goal, just they look very settled. 5 minutes in, they haven't made a switch. Interesting to see Mickey Malivuk, in many ways he's reinvented himself. He's still playing as a pivot, but to me he's improved from the player we saw in 2011 in Suva.
The goal scorer Burns. Nice pass. Touched off to Marvin Eakins. Tutavai. Bea. Tino in the D. Gabi Carvera switches play. It's with Jacob Tutavai. Carvera. Manikim. Eakins onto Burns. New Zealand content to just knock it around. Well, Dylan Manikim could be the big difference here. And just interesting to note, Motatino hasn't really started with the same fire that he did last night. Perhaps that's a big ask given the task that befell Tahiti against Malaysia. They took them to a penalty shootout and it was very intense. And Tahiti might just be feeling a certain flatness about their work at the moment. Could take them a little while to grow into this game.
Yeah, indeed. And Tino, quite a lot of pressure on him because he's been the main man for Tahiti this year. Certainly in the 3 games in Tahiti against New Zealand in April, he was tremendous, and he's their leading scorer. He always looks the man most likely to create something with his great skills. He rides the ball really nicely, but if he has a quiet night, it could be disappointing for Tahiti. He's just grappling with Marvin Eakins at the moment at the top of the D, looking for space.
Yes, that was a tremendous result for Tahitian futsal as well as Oceania futsal. When you consider Malaysia drew 2-2 with England and Tahiti managed to pull off effectively a 3-3 draw with Malaysia, it just shows... and Tino, that was well, it did. It looked fatigued to me. Not the same strength and spark that lit up the Truss Arena last night.
Yeah, and on his wrong foot too, unfortunately for Tino. Relief for Eakins though. Yeah, I'd be interested to see some of these teams up against European teams. England struggled for a long time in futsal. I think it was something like 40 games without a victory. The level is a lot higher, of course, in Europe. But I think Tahiti could give them a good game.
That's a good ball forward by Barham. Burns. Ragood. Good movement from New Zealand. Ragood's played a good ball. Burns, well, he turned into trouble. All he needed was to hit it with his right foot. Kaiha. Tutavai.
Keen to see when Tahiti bring Farahia in as well. He's another one that can unlock defences. His finishing hasn't been great this week, but gets into some good positions, the left footer.
Carvera unable to beat Burns, who in turn can't beat Tave. Shot, it hits the crossbar. Pukoki's read it well, has a shot, and Bile with a regulation save. New Zealand given a wake-up call. Burns did enough to just take Pukoki down, and Bile had a comfortable stop to make. Well, 2 periods of extra time, 5 minutes in length, followed by penalties. That was the formula for the semi-finals yesterday and the final, which is to kick off at 8 p.m. terms of this game, Paul? Are we going through to extra time if the scores are level, or is it...
I believe so, Gordon. Yep. Extra time and penalties. It was just the playoff for 7th and 5th where it was straight to penalties should the should teams be level at the end of normal time.
Nice pass from Miro Major. Ragood fancies a shot. Duro completes the save.
All going to plan for New Zealand at the moment. They've looked quite composed. Tahiti looking just to put a bit more pressure, a little bit higher up the court than we've been used to seeing them this week. Probably a good idea. They need to try something when they're a goal down. Only 9 minutes left in the first half.
Alexis Tufa. Savari Kaiha. Michelle Maihuri making a run towards the D. Tufa. Alexis Tufa really makes a mistake on the ball. He's been unable to stop this attack though. Manikim the danger man. And Tufa ends that Futsal White's attack. Ragood with a useful header. Manikim. Well, there was a short pass to his right that he might have decided to slip to Ragood. Ragood putting in the hard yards here.
Yeah. Ended up with a toe poke. Yeah, Tufa, very experienced player. Something of a hard man for the Tahiti side.
Good save by Bile again. Seven minutes, 49 seconds remaining in the first half. Tahiti 0, New Zealand 1 in the playoff for third. You're watching this broadcast courtesy of OFC TV and our YouTube channel, as well as Summit Sports, free sports for Kiwis, and TTV in the Solomon Islands.
Tahiti up to 3 fouls now.
Paul, the tactical variation of other teams outside of the OFC, how does that sit in terms of the flexibility that coaches have with their players, and in terms of what we're seeing here, Tahiti playing a defensive form against Malaysia, and then here today loosening it up slightly?
Yeah, because futsal's professional in European countries and South American countries, the skill level, the technical level is so much higher. Players grow up playing the game, and they're paid, they work every day, so we see variations on formations. Spain, for example, we talk a lot about the 4-0 formation, all players in a line, constantly rotating. Great ball.
That's a fantastic pass by Miro Major. It was a masterclass in vision from Major, the veteran. Look at that, just picked Marvin Eakins out a treat. Motetino had to turn from attacker into a defender.
So in the end, it's not so much formations or systems of play, but it's really the technical level of the players. They can shift between a 4-0, a 3-1, a 2-2 with ease. And to get to that level, the players need to play more.
Well played, Belay. Looks as though he's forced his way into Scott Gilligan's plans. Elias Belay as a number one.
Yeah, Elias started out in the first game, didn't he, as the keeper, and he did very well. And we've talked this week about this Scott Gilligan having a few good keepers in stock. Certainly David Plowright was impressive as well for the Invitation side, and little cameo from Mitch Webber yesterday. Saved, they came on for 2 minutes and pulled off two or three very good saves, and then scored a cracking goal to seal that victory.
How do Lion and Belay compare with Mitchell Webber with distribution?
Yeah, one of the good things about Belay is the distribution. Webber's 17 years old and very promising, but for me, Belay remains the number one in terms of delivery of the ball. He's short in stature, actually, Elias Belay, but in futsal not as critical as it is in football. It's all about that agility, that speed, and that ability to start a counter-attack quickly.
Here's Farahia for his first action of this third place playoff. Tavera, Bea, Farahia against Manikim. Just brings a little bit of skill and finesse to the game, Mana Farahia. Particularly in a match where the two teams are more likely to rely on their physicality when the pressure goes on than finesse. Sincora with a lofted ball into the corner that Duro guides out. Tahiti will restart. 4 minutes 24 seconds left in the first half. Paul, this match going as you felt it would?
Yeah, I was thinking about it as I was driving out, Gordon, and I really didn't know. My feeling was that both sides struggled on attack to consistently create meaningful attacks, but that both were very well organised on defence. So yeah, and I did feel like a set piece or a mistake would be critical. Nice turn by Manikim. It's those sorts of things I'm talking about. We don't see it often in these games, but Manikim 2 or 3 times today has done it well. But yeah, for me it is going to plan. I thought New Zealand would be more confident on their own court than they were on the concrete courts of Tahiti, and I think they've got their tails up a little bit. They've had a pretty good week, just getting that win under their belt. So at times it's not pretty from New Zealand, but it's been effective.
Well, Farahia concedes Tahiti's 5th foul, and a timeout is called with 3 minutes 43 seconds left on the clock in the first half. Well, Farahia was late. No mistake there by the match officials.
Yeah, pretty unnecessary really. They just need to maintain their discipline. I think if New Zealand score again, I'm not sure Tahiti will trouble them too much. New Zealand looking quite confident at the moment.
Eakins. Pile out of his D. Manikim. No foul there. Farahia taking the ball on. Maihuri. Shot from Bea. Well worth a go. Good save by Belay. Not entirely convinced by the defending of his teammates. Elias Belay had a few words to offer after that save.
No, but New Zealand forcing Bea to take a shot from wide out, which Belay had covered.
Oh, not far away. The shot from Tevari Kaiha. Horn. Manikim. Well held up and played by Dylan Manikim.
I just wonder if we'll see Tino for the last couple of minutes, Gordon.
And that's the danger he presents. Dylan Manikim, he's just getting to the Tahitians, stealing an extra yard here and there.
Metre penalty, Gordon.
Eakins steps forward.
Pretty unnecessary when you look at fouls like Farahia committed earlier. But a great chance for New Zealand now. Eakins buried one earlier in the week. I've seen a lot of 10 metre penalties. Only 2 have gone in.
Farahia, yeah, that was his second unnecessary foul. No surprise to see he's off court now.
Maybe low to Duro's left if Eakins tries to duplicate what he did against New Caledonia. But a very important moment in this game.
Eakins for New Zealand. Saved by Duro. Interesting technique by Duro. He stood tall and then dropped to one knee.
And just a reminder, Tahiti can't afford to commit another foul in this half, otherwise it's straight back to that 10 metre penalty mark.
2 minutes 17 seconds on the clock in the first half of the third place playoff. Tahiti 0, New Zealand 1.
Tino's back in, I see, on that far side.
Tutavai.
They need to get him on this side so he can cut in on his left foot. Good work from Manikim there just to keep Tino under control. New Zealand just will want to wind the clock down.
Eakins bombing down the left. Vaughan spots him.
Good ball.
New Zealand good in possession here.
Yeah, much better than we've seen at times during the week. Although coughing the ball up there, James Vaughan.
Tutavai. Tino. Well, New Zealand have defended that well enough. And a good effort from Alexis Tufa. 55.5 seconds to go in the first half of the third place playoff. Kaiha, shot blocked by Burns. Tino with a step over in the shot. Burns and Eakins defending in pairs. .2 seconds to go. Manikim. Chance for Manikim. Saved by Duro. Tahiti on the counter attack. Good ball. Oh, and they've missed a gimme. Fantastic counter attack. Swept the length of the court. just lacked the crucial touch.
Yeah, and let's not forget great work by Dylan Manicum just prior to that, before Tahiti launched that counter-attack. He cut in and shot, and he's been a key figure for New Zealand in this half.
So that is half-time, and a tight match to describe for you on match day 5 at the OFC Futsal Championships Invitational 2013. A goal by Daniel Burns is all that separates the two sides. So these are the highlights of a tight encounter. The first save by Elias Bile. Low to his left. Difficult one to get to, but he managed it. And then Burns opened the scoring. Disappointing defending from a Tahitian perspective. And Duro will not want to see a replay of that in a hurry. Gabi Carvera struck the crossbar, and Usiera Pukoki nearly followed through. This was good defending from Daniel Burns. You see here as Pukoki ran through, Burns managed to get enough on the ball to take the power off it, and he enabled Bile to complete a straightforward stop. Ragood got in on the act. Good height for Duro to cope with. And this turn from Motetino caused New Zealand a headache. There was no end product though for the Tahitian player. Nice overlapping run here from Tave. Bile raced off his line, wore it in the face. Dylan Manicum had an opportunity. It was low to the right of Duro. He dropped quickly and managed to stop the Mannequin shot. That wasn't far away. That was Kaiha. Generated a lot of power for such a short run-up. And then Manicum fired this one directly at the Tahitian goalkeeper. Did well to leave Tutavai in his wake. And then Kaiha could have equalised. He was just a yard or two off the pace. It was a good ball in by Martana Bea. But no end product, unfortunately, for Tahiti. Fortunately for New Zealand. So rejoin us in 6 minutes' time for the second half. It's half time here. New Zealand 1, Tahiti 0. Future of futsal in New Zealand. Look at that. Enjoying the halftime break here in the third-fourth match between Tahiti and New Zealand. Perhaps Scott Gilligan wants to take a closer look at the Futsal Youth Development Program as Hisham Camry comes to the rescue. New Zealand back out on the court. They have a 1-goal advantage as they seek to top Oceania at this event. Here's a look at the goal that separates the two teams. New Zealand won't score an easier set-piece goal than that. Tahiti just seemed to switch off. Duro not at his usual high standards. So Tahiti have had 19 shots on goal. The Futsal Whites have managed 16. 11 of those have been saved by Teva Duro. One's been blocked, 3 off target, and there has been the 1 goal. So New Zealand's accuracy in front of goal sitting at 81%. Don't forget, coming up at 8 o'clock New Zealand local time, it's the final of the OFC Futsal Championship Invitational 2013 between Malaysia and Australia. That game will be coming to you on OFC TV, as well as through Summit Sports and TTV in the Solomon Islands. Very difficult to separate Malaysia and Australia. The last time the two teams met, it finished in a 4-4 draw. Tahiti now returning to courtside. And we're just moments away from a restart. So, Paul, some interesting statistics there going through the New Zealand 16 shots on goal, 11 saved, 1 blocked, 3 off the line, 1 goal. And for Tahiti, more shots but less accuracy.
Yeah, 19 shots, 4 saved, 7 blocked, 8 off target, no goals. And just talking with the guys downstairs on the technical study group, 9 shots in the last minute, so 35 shots overall. And a frantic end to that first half. So yeah, interesting stuff. I guess two fairly similar teams, both well organised defensively. New Zealand more defend more zonally. Tahiti follow the runner a little bit more, but it'd be interesting to see if Tahiti press a little higher just to put pressure on New Zealand. They're going to need to do something because it's something of a stalemate, and really that set piece. The difference between the two sides at the moment with Burns' goal.
Tahiti have to force the issue at some point. Have to scramble back into the game. They were more than capable of doing it against Malaysia, so this shouldn't present them with a crisis of confidence in any shape or form. Just a question of when they decide to implement that.
They're putting pressure now. Higher up the court, so they'll see perhaps for the first 3 or 4 minutes just change it slightly. They need a goal to settle their nerves. They're really fired up for this game. I can see just from down on the bench and talking to them before.
Oh, nice setup by Malivuk for Manikim.
For me, Manikim's been the difference between the two sides today. He's got into space and in the 1v1s created something for himself and got a couple of shots away. Other than that, it hasn't really risen to the heights of some of the games we saw yesterday.
No, a more dour fixture by comparison to the feast of futsal we dined on yesterday. But no less at stake in many respects.
And it will suit New Zealand. I think they're quite comfortable with how it's panned out so far. Here's Manikim again, but too wide. Sometimes he ends up disappearing down that corridor on the side. He isn't really able to work himself inside on some occasions, and too wide really to trouble the keeper.
Tino. Kaiha for Tino. Nice step over, trying to work onto that left foot of his.
Good work from Eakins here.
Martanabea.
Better start for Tahiti.
Yes, they look in more control, more determined. They seem to have flicked a switch and...
Yep, they've upped the tempo a little bit, but possibly still not quick enough. Good work by New Zealand, their zone forcing the error, and much to the joy of the New Zealand bench.
Malivuk. Well, he got marooned there, Mikey Malivuk. He received the pass and there was no New Zealander providing any support.
Yeah, it's tough, that pivot role. You've got to, we've talked about it a lot this week, play with your back to the goal and stop the ball, and usually one or two guys trying to nail you. And it's... Malivuk's done well on most occasions, but no support there.
Alexis Tufa stands over the ball. Gabby Carvera is near the D. There's a shot that hits Manikim and spins away. Oh, and a chance for Pukoki, tries to roll it into the path of Tave.
Kareem Osman on for New Zealand, number 6 on the ball now. Just a probing run by Osman.
Eakins, Osman. There is the enforcer role played by Alexis Tufa.
New Zealand back behind the ball quickly.
Tufa. Pukoki. Oh, good layback. And the shot was on target. Belay coming to his team's service.
Yeah, good work by Belay, but encouraging for Hitapu Hunter and the Tahiti side.
Mannequin. Eakins using his body to his advantage. It was well played by Eakins to hold off Tave. Marvin Eakins again. Good ball. New Zealand have... Oh, Burns was just trying to go through the legs of Alexis Tufa.
Yeah, Mannequin was well placed there, but no way through for Burns.
Easy one for the goalie. That's a painful one for Marvin Eakins in centre court.
Yeah, possibly should have been a free kick there, but right on the thigh. Definite change of tactic from Hitapu Hunter. Tahiti not as withdrawn defensively, pushing up a little bit higher on New Zealand, trying to pressure the first touch of the New Zealand defenders.
Motatino. Well, that was a sloppy pass by Tino. Sloppy defending as well. Good ball by Burns.
Good work by Burns and nice run by Osman, but couldn't apply the finishing touch.
Tahiti just looked to be a little bit ragged at times.
Yeah, they have their moments, but yeah, that was poor from Tino there to give the ball away and allow New Zealand to counter-attack. New Zealand were more clinical. They could shut Tahiti out quite easily.
Oh! Didn't really expect Tutavai to get that much accuracy on the shot. Belay was forced into a save here. Look, it's a distance that should easily be coped with, but Belay felt there was enough happening there for him to get involved.
Another corner for Tahiti, pressure mounting, perhaps another set piece, the most likely way one of these sides will score.
Ragood with the block.
Eakins doing a good job for New Zealand today.
He's had a solid game, Marvin Eakins. Tahiti not out of this yet. 13 minutes, 19 seconds to go. Here on OFC TV, Summit Sports and TTV in the Solomon Islands. Third place playoff between Tahiti and New Zealand.
New Zealand's turn to defend deep now. Pinned back by Tahiti. Let's see, will they pressure the first touch here of Mannequin? No, he works it inside, but they're still very high for Tahiti.
Ragood finds a gap and heads toward it. Tried to cut back on the right foot. The touch wasn't the best, and oh, that's going to draw the ire of a match official, surely. A yellow card for Kareem Osman.
Two fouls each now. Good work by Osman. Bia looking to play the ball into the back post to Kaiha.
Tino. Well, it wasn't the place to have a shot, was it? Good save by Duro. Ragud.
Yeah, so New Zealand looking more dangerous on the counter-attack. Tahiti, if they're going to press like that, will leave gaps in behind them, but New Zealand need to take their chances. They really do, because if Tahiti are going to maintain the ball for long periods, deflection, free kick, anything, and could be 1-1.
Well, both teams guilty of missing decent chances. Tahiti have just chosen the wrong places of the court to take shots from, and that's cost them plenty of times. We've seen Tino opt to shoot from mid-court.
Yeah, that's right, Gordon.
And it's been lacklustre. Not for the want of trying. Tahiti are putting out a high work rate.
Yeah, and plenty of time left as well.
Tutavai.
I think this pressure, could tell in the end. That's why I say New Zealand need to take their chances when they get those breaks. Very hard to defend for 12 minutes.
Malivuk with a nice first touch. Good shot too. Malivuk created the chance out of very little.
Eakins takes a well-earned break. Very good shift by the New Zealand skipper.
Not far away. I think there's going to be opportunities for both sides to score goals.
Yeah, I think
right to the end of this.
I agree.
Major. Mannequin. Malivuk, that's a well-measured ball. Tame shot. Easy to pick up for Duro.
Nice work here by New Zealand. Look at the body shape, position of the players as they try and defend, Burns in particular. It's good work. No way through for Tahiti at the moment.
Matanabea, New Zealand funneling back into defence. Antoine Tave. Michel Maihuri. Tave, Maihuri, Tave again. Chung on the edge of the D for Tahiti. Nice first time pass by Matanabea. Oh, just needed a better first touch than Michel Maihuri was able to provide. Nine minutes, 25 seconds to go. New Zealand 1, Tahiti 0. Burns unable to go beyond Anapa Chung. Well, Anapa Chung is a fearsome competitor. I'm not sure that he's the most graceful of futsal players, but he did the job there. Daniel Burns, Malivuk. Nice movement by New Zealand. Malivuk tries to turn Tave. Tired ball. Ends up in touch. Antoine Tave couldn't do anything about that.
Haven't seen much of Vaughan Burham today, Gordon, although Vaughan looks like he's coming in now. He's really relied on that main quartet of Eakins, Burns, Manikim, Malivuk.
Tino. Yes, you mentioned, or you used the term yesterday, horses for courses. Certainly been that type of game for New Zealand.
Yeah, it's been a long week, as I mentioned earlier, 8 games in 9 days, and they've got 8 minutes left, and then they can perhaps put their feet up. Pretty tough fixture list for New Zealand since the Trans-Tasman series that started last Friday.
Eakins. Burns. Bayer is fouled. Pukoki. Tino looking to work onto the left foot. Clips the inside of Daniel Burns' foot and goes out for a corner.
Just 7 minutes left for New Zealand to hang on, Gordon.
Tavaduro. Tino. Well, if New Zealand are going to continue to let Mote Tino get the ball in those areas, he's going to eventually get one of those shots on target. That's 2 in short shrift. Well, Anapa Chung thought he got fouled. I thought that was a decent shout.
Yeah, I did too. Tahiti knocking on the door.
I think they are, Paul. This man, he's in a good position if he cuts onto that left foot. That might have been the moment for him to do it too. He had come inside court quite some distance, and there was plenty of room to take that option to shift onto his preferred foot. Oh, and that was telegraphed. Easy one for Burns to steal. Too far. Good save by Belay. He's paid for it though. He's taken a knock to the hip. Oh, ouch. Yeah. It's the knee of Pukoki. Right in the kidneys.
Yeah, so at the moment Burns shaping up to be the hero for New Zealand. He's put in a lot of court time this week and scored the winner from the free kick early in that first half. But Belay's a tough customer. I think he'll be all right.
difficult situation for his colleague, Atta Elian, who'll be watching on, wondering if he'll be called into action for the final 5 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yeah, physio Stephen Heron works his magic, and Billet back between the sticks. Tahiti knocking on the door, New Zealand very deep.
Good block by Burns. He's had a good evening for New Zealand. Scored the only goal so far and played a key role in preventing Tahiti from equalising thus far.
Just surprised Smith doesn't, Tino doesn't set himself up on the right-hand side of the court. If he doesn't want to use his right foot, he can work his way inside. Here he is again.
Yes, it's rendered ineffective. There he is. He wants that shot. He wants that particular angle.
Yeah, he does, and he needs a man at the back post as well. But Pukoki wasn't there at that stage.
That's the point on the court yesterday where he scored that fantastic goal against Malaysia. And he's trying to relive that circumstance. It's not happening for him. It's not happening for Tahiti yet.
Impressed with New Zealand tonight, Gordon. I think it's a workmanlike effort. Big game for them. They've come from a situation where they were third in Oceania, potentially going to be the top team now. Even if Tahiti can equalise, it's still a great week for them. As James Vaughan just screws that one wide. But most of all, just impressed with their organisation. They're not always the most attractive side to watch, but they've got something to build on, a platform, and I think if they can work some younger players and some talented ball players, they could be a real force in the future.
Good save by Billet again. He's also having an outstanding game for his country.
Really the most important thing in futsal is you have to have that defence first of all. You have to have that platform from which you can build, and I think New Zealand are well on their way to getting that. It's just adding some decorations, you could say, to that. At the moment, really only Mannequin providing that creativity.
Jacob Tutavai. Matana Bea.
Burham, number 14 on for New Zealand, another man that Scott Gilligan rates for his defensive capabilities. Good work by Eakins. New Zealand 3 minutes 29.
Mannequin through the centre. Duro couldn't get there, but he did enough to take his opponent wide left.
Time for the fifth man, perhaps, the flying goalkeeper, Gordon.
Yes, it's looking that way. It's around this time in yesterday's
Here
match
it is.
that
Here we go.
the flying goalkeeper was employed. Duro's already up on halfway.
And given his injury, I don't know if he's the best man to perform that role. Normally I'd say yes. Also plays in the outfield for Tahiti. Tiredness there from Dylan Mannequin.
Timeout called.
Timeout for Tahiti. Hitapu Hunter bringing everyone in. He reaches around for that tactics board. There it is. Scott Gilligan goes to his one as well. Chance for Hitapu Hunter now to get his team organised for this final throw of the dice. Just over 3 minutes. And surely he's going to go to the flying goalkeeper. New Zealand in turn will need a strategy to combat that. But judging by the way things have gone, they're well placed to do it. That zonal defence of theirs working a real treat tonight.
One last throw of the dice for Tahiti. Would it be a sore one for Tahiti to take if they lose today, given what they achieved yesterday? Heroic in defeat against a AFC side.
They have big aspirations, Tahiti. They'll be devastated to lose this one, especially after having won the last 4 encounters. Yeah, it's shaping up as one of the big rivalries, this one, Tahiti-New Zealand.
Duro is now playing in the New Zealand half, the Tahitian goalkeeper. Can Tahiti produce when it matters the most? 2 minutes, 34 seconds to go. Oh, and that was what he's been looking for.
Yeah, it was goal bound, wasn't it? And Eakins did just enough. He's been lining that one up for about 20 minutes.
And here he is in the same territory. Duro. Pukoki, not a good touch. Mannequin can't get by Motetino. He's got the decision his way.
2 minutes 17, three fouls each.
Barham has joined the fray. Duro pushing forward for Tahiti. 2 minutes exactly on the clock. New Zealand can sense the finish line is nearing ever closer. For Tahiti, the sands of time of the enemy. Oh, and nearly an own goal. Belay with an acrobatic save. Tino from the other side.
Good work from Belay. Missed kick from Ty Burham and parried away. Assistant coach Felipe Bernardi is fairly animated down on the bench for New Zealand.
Oh, and yet again, Burns and Belay combined to keep the New Zealand goal frame intact. Tino. 1 minute, 12 seconds.
Yeah, Burns a real hero for New Zealand tonight. Still that stoic defending from the mainland player.
Duro got a good touch on it. Mannequin blocked it. Matanabea, heavy first touch. New Zealand closing in on this important victory. 55.6 seconds left. Oh, not a bad ball in by Kaiha. Duro playing a sterling role here. The shot takes the pressure off. 38.6 seconds to go. New Zealand 1-0 up.
Osman in for the last little bit. New Zealand just need to keep their composure, hold the ball.
29.2 seconds for New Zealand to hang on. Manikim's taking it to the corner. Tahiti being slowly strangled. Tahiti battling. This could be their last chance. 13 seconds left. Kaiha cuts it back. Away by Manikim. 9.1 seconds to go. Duro. 5 seconds. 3. Tahiti must... Oh, and it's off the line by Manikim. New Zealand have won by a goal to nil. Sensational scenes on court. New Zealand have claimed third place. Tahiti and all their talents will have to be content with fourth.
Third place never meant so much, Gordon.
And New Zealand have taken a huge step forward in their target to become the top side in Oceania Futsal. They have beaten Tahiti, they've beaten the Solomon Islands. And at least for today, they can claim top spot in Oceania and third spot at the OFC Futsal Championship Invitational 2013. Tahiti battled on. There was an element of fatigue after last night's epic match with Malaysia. But New Zealand battled bravely on, and they've got their rewards. And their goalkeeper, Elias Bele, has kept them in it with a string of superb saves. These are the highlights of the second half, but they may as well be a show reel for Bele because he's featured in nearly everything. Look at this. An own goal. It took a wicked deflection off Ty Barham. And Bele to the rescue. And then again. It was a rearguard action in the end. A disciplined defensive performance by the Futsal Whites. And then right at the death, Manikim hooked it off the line. So that concludes our coverage of the third place playoff at the OFC Futsal Championship Invitational 2013. We have witnessed a victory for New Zealand. They've beaten Tahiti by a goal to nil. I'm Gordon Glenn Watson, and on behalf of Paul Tui and OFC TV, we wish you well, and we'll see you back here at 8 p.m. local time for the final of the OFC Futsal Championship Invitational 2013 between Malaysia and Australia. Until then, good evening.
change the audio, huh?